it's the Irish Gypsy here to do your February 2016 reading. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck, and these are general readings, so they may not apply or resonate the same with everyone. If they don't, I suggest you check your rising and your moon sign as well. For those of you who are interested in personal readings, you can click on the About button on my channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more detail on myself, the services I offer, and my contact information. And a special thank you to those of you who have been keeping me so very busy, as always, more and more, with personal readings. It is an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so very much. And a continued thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and follow and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Your feedback has been very positive and greatly appreciated, so thank you very much for that. And I will be continuing to put out mid-month readings this month and the months afterwards. And I'm also going to be running specials on love readings this month because February means Valentine's Day. So again, for those of you who are interested, just please email me. And please excuse all the boxes piled up in the background, but I am in the process of moving. And for those of you who have moved at least once, I'm sure you understand. So let's get right into this reading. This is for Leo for February 2016. General reading for Leo, February 2016. What does this month hold for our felines, our fiery, feisty Leos? February 2016 for Leos. I will continue to be using the same spread for my general readings. That's 8 cards, 2 cards for each week, with 1 overall card as the theme, general feeling, and or advice for the month. So Leo, what does February 2016 hold for you? Okay. For the first week, we have the 8 of Cups in the reverse, followed by the King of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Cups for the second week. For the third week, we have the King of Cups with the Temperance card. And for the fourth week, we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed with the 2 of Wands. And as your overall theme or general feeling for the month, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, which is quite nice. Looks like Lady Luck and good fortune will be smiling on you this month, Leos. So let me just take a look at this. Okay, let's begin. Excuse the long pauses. Sometimes it takes a minute or two to kind of put it all together. So in the first week, and like I say with past videos, the timeline of the cards is not precisely definitive in terms of beginnings and endings. This could be energy in the latter part of January, as I am recording this during the last week of January, going through the month of February and possibly bleeding a little bit into March as well. So we begin the first week of February, or right around there, with the 8 of Cups in the reverse, followed by the King of Pentacles. Now, in the upright position, the 8 of Cups, cups being the element of water, and cups is a suit that points towards our emotions, love, relationship, our emotional landscape. And the 8 of Cups I always look at as a card of leaving, a very definitive leaving sort of card. It shows a man who has his back turned to us. There are 8 cups on the ground behind him. Some of them tipped over, some of them upright. The implication being he has tasted or drunk from most, if not all, of the cups. And while they may have satisfied him for a time, he is ready to move on. He has his back to us. He's dressed for travel. He has his hat on and his traveling stick in his hand, and he is surveying the horizon. However, this came in the reverse for you, Leo. So what I'm feeling from this card is the feeling that I'm getting, Leo, is a sense of restlessness, a sense of wanting to leave a particular situation. I feel as if either this has come to an end, I feel like it is coming to an end, or you're at the end of something You're in the process of leaving something and moving to something else. And I feel like this is actually going to represent the end of a, a phase or a stage of restlessness that you've been experiencing. I know fire signs are a fixed sign and they do like things to be stable, and I don't know if I would call it necessarily routine, but there is also an underlying, I think, restlessness and fiery energy that goes along with fire signs, which you are, being the king of the beast that you are. But I think that this Eight of Cups reversed, Leo, is representing the end of a phase of an uncomfortable sort of restlessness, an uncomfortable sense of searching for something. And the feeling that I'm getting is that it's searching for something tangible. So I don't know if some of you have recently moved or you are in the middle of a moving process, which is kind of interesting because I have all these boxes around. Um, but I feel like this is occurring, this is either occurring right now or by the beginning of February. This is something that will have just recently occurred, that you have moved, you are moving, or you have moved, and it represents the end of a period of searching and restlessness for you. And I have kind of a very good feeling about this card. It's a sense of rootedness and a sense of continuity. And this is further bolstered by the accompanying card to that reverse Eight of Cups, which is the King of Pentacles. And Leo, despite the fact that you're a fire sign, I actually feel that in this reading, this King of Pentacles is resonating for me with you. Now, kings are individuals who have reached the mastery of their suit. In this case, it would be the suit of Pentacles. Pentacles, the element being that of earth, and Pentacles is a suit that points towards things in our tangible world. Most often, money, finances, resources, property, assets. It can point to jobs and things of that sort. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is a very grounded, very practical sort of individual. This would be somebody who is good with money, who's very reliable, solid, dependable, and there's a very good provider feel about this individual as well. And the feeling around this card is just a sense of solidity and security and abundance as well, because this man is enjoying a fair amount of abundance and comfort in his physical surroundings, and it's something that he's worked very hard for because he's been so reliable, so dependable, um, and believes very much in working and putting things away and building step by step. And I think that this combination of cards, Leo, symbolize that this moving process you've gone through, and for some of you, this could mean an actual physical move that you're going through, or you have just gone through, or are completing some kind of move that means that you are ending. I feel like it's just ending a phase of again, of restlessness, of searching. And for some of you, that's going to represent an actual move to an actual new physical place. And for some of you, this is just going to represent wrapping up some kind of emotional phase and finding yourself in something else where a lot of questions have been answered. And you finally have the clarity and the solidity and the reassurance that you need. This combination of cards is giving me a rather strong sense of a very solid foundation, and just a sense of security, reassurance, and solidity. And for some of you too, although I think this is a smaller portion of you, for some of you this is going to mean, I think that perhaps some of you have recently or in the process of switching jobs, and it's a job that's going to represent a bigger financial gain for you and more security as well. Whatever this move has been, or this shift, this change, this physical or emotional move has been for you, it's leading you to a place where you feel very grounded and very comfortable and secure in where you're at. So what a wonderful way to begin the month of February. Now, going into the second week, we have the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Cups. Now, the Page of Pentacles can represent an actual child or a young person in your life. Pages can also represent messengers and messages. And for me, a lot of the time, probably more than half the time, they do come across to me as messages. And I believe that's what this card is signifying in this reading. And this would represent getting messages of, getting messages about, I'm getting something about actual finances, jobs, something related to work. I think for some of you, this is going to represent an entrepreneurial project you've started. I think some of you have started perhaps a business on the side, a way to make extra money, of something that you're hoping will build into something else. And it looks like you're getting messages and confirmation about whatever it is that you're doing. And for some of you who have made, for whom this first coupling of cards represented a move to a new job, uh, to some kind of new situation connected with your finances or how you live your day-to-day life. The messages that are coming in and the verification that's coming in about this looks to be pretty good. It holds a lot of promise for abundance down the road. I also feel like some of you, this card represents, some of you are going to be getting a new message or new ideas about how to build something that's already existing, whether it's an existing job or a project or a business that you've just begun. I feel like you're going to be getting a new idea on how to expand and grow the business that's going to prove to be profitable for you a little ways down the road. Now, this Page of Pentacles is accompanied by the Knight of Cups. Cups again being that suit that points towards our emotions, our love, relationships, how we relate to the people around us. And what I'm getting off of this card is that, Leo, it looks like somebody is going to be bringing you knights are the bringers of the tarot deck, and they're also the ones that tend to come charging right in. And in a love relationship reading, the Knight of Cups would be somebody who would be coming into your life, kind of charging into your life to court you in a very traditional, somewhat old-fashioned sort of way. This would point towards an individual who is very dreamy, very romantic, someone who believes in dinner, dancing, wine, chocolates, flowers, poetry, the whole 9 yards. And I feel like this Knight of Cups, Leo, is actually representing an individual in your life that's going to be coming in your life. If they're not already present in your life, I actually don't feel like they're present, or if they are, they've just come into your life, or they're just about to come into your life somewhere in the first half of February. Although, again, it could be at the end of January, which is when I'm doing this reading. And I feel like this person is going to be coming into your life. And I think that for some of you, this is going to resonate as somebody coming into as a love interest for you. But paired with this Page of Pentacles, I think that for some of you, this message, this confirmation that's coming in, uh, message and confirmation or a job offer of some kind is coming in, and it actually looks to be coming in quite quickly, and it looks like it's bringing with it the promise of some kind of emotional base of happiness. It looks like this new idea you're getting about a business you've begun or finances or this new job, a new job that you've moved into for some of you. It looks like it's coming and it's being presented. It comes to you in some kind of way that makes you feel a real sense of emotional satisfaction. This is something that makes you feel it's something surrounded with something that you love to do, and it's being presented to you, and it's come up to you in a way that makes you feel as if kind of that God's in his heaven, all's right with the world sort of thing. And I do feel like it's connected. I mean, it's a lovely card. It's a very kind of dreamy, romantic card. It holds the promise of the same kind of feeling you get when you're first beginning a love affair, you're first dating somebody, and everything is bright and new and exciting and full of hope and promise. And I really feel like connected with the Page of Pentacles, this combination of cards, Leo, it's pointing towards you're moving into something new, or there's something new that you've moved into that has to do with a job, a new business, some kind of entrepreneurial thing that's making you feel very just very emotionally happy and very emotionally hopeful and kind of dreaming about the future and fantasizing about how you can build on this in the coming road. I actually feel like this coupling of cards is bolstering and supporting the first coupling of cards about this Eight of Cups and the King of Pentacles having made some kind of move recently or wrapping up the end of a move that's going to represent you finding yourself in a place where you feel very solid and very assured and very reassuring. And for some of you, this is going to be a new job or some kind of new financial situation that gives you that feeling of comfort and security and abundance and reassurance that your physical world is safe and that you're going to be getting messages about this somehow and new ideas about how to further build or expand on this feeling. And you find yourself in a place where you're just kind of dreaming and fantasizing about how this is going to work out in the future and feeling overall very, very good about this. For some of you, this is going to represent ideas that you come up with yourself, a message or idea that somebody is helping you with or bringing to you. And for others, this is going to represent a job offer or job opportunity. And it looks to be very good. It looks to be very promising. Now, the Page of Pentacles is a page, and I really feel like this represents more of the beginning of a road that you're going to be putting work into and building on. But it's something that makes you feel very happy, very emotionally grounded, as well as physically grounded in your environment. Now, looking at the last half of February, for the third week, we have the King of Cups and the Temperance card. Now, Leo, I feel like this King of Cups is resonating as an actual individual in your life. I'm not sure if this is a follow-up to the Knight of Cups in terms of the Knight of Cups representing somebody who's actually bringing this job offer or this new offer or hope for a new beginning somehow. But I actually feel like this King of Cups is, for the majority of you that are watching, at least for a lot of you, this King of Cups is going to represent an actual individual coming into your life. And I feel like this is coming in, that this person is coming in as an actual love interest. Now, whether this is somebody that you find in this new environment or new business or new job or something of that sort, it looks like, I mean, it feels like it's connected in some way, some individual that's going to be playing a significant role. But I'm actually feeling for a lot of you Leos, this is going to represent a new love interest coming into your life, or somebody that comes into your life or comes into your sphere as a result of these changes that have been going on for you. And the King of Cups in the upright position is a lovely person. And like I said, it could be that for some of you for whom the Knight of Cups resonated as someone bringing you a love message, or somebody coming in maybe with the idea of courting you or expressing interest in you. It could be that in the pursuing of that, you're jumping up another level or two. But for the rest of you, this is going to represent somebody else coming in, somebody new coming in to pursue you, someone that's interested in you in a love or romantic way. And the King of Cups would be an individual. It could be an actual water sign, as Cups is a suit of water, which could be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. And this is somebody who has reached the mastery of his suit, which is the suit of Cups. And this is somebody who's a very emotionally grounded sort of person, a very emotionally someone who's very loving, someone who's very nurturing, someone who's very open about showing and expressing their affection. This is not someone who's controlled by their emotions. This is the King of Cups, so he has an understanding and a control over his emotions, and he does not allow them to rule him. But he's very much in touch and in tune with his emotions, and this is would be an absolutely lovely sort of person to begin doing the courtship dance with. This is somebody who comes in and would be very romantic and would be presenting himself and taking you out and courting you again in the classic traditional ways. Wining, dining, very sweet, very dreamy, very romantic, and very caring. Now, this is paired with the Temperance card, a major arcana card, one of two that you have in this spread, Leo. The Temperance card is a beautiful, lovely card. This is a card about holding things, holding opposite extremes in perfect harmony and perfect balance and perfect integration. It shows a woman who she's connected with water on one side, she has fire on the others, and she is holding herself in perfect harmony and perfect balance, which is what this card speaks to, a sense of temperance. It speaks to moderation, balance, harmony. And it also speaks of being in a place where, regardless of what's going on in your outside environment, when you have achieved this kind of balance and moderation, it's a sense of being grounded within yourself and feeling whole and integrated, so that of knowing who you are and where you are and what you are in your place in life. So no matter what's going on around you, you still hold with this beautiful, lovely, tempered balance in your life. And Leo, I think that paired with the King of Cups, I think this speaks of a union that looks to be very good. The underlying theme of this would be the King of Cups could be somebody who really comes in and sweeps you right off your feet with all his romantic dreaminess and courtship rituals. And the Temperance card speaks of trying to remain a little bit in harmony and in balance with that so that you don't get knocked off your feet as this person comes in. But it looks to be a very beautiful kind of union. And again, I'm getting a bit of a connection that whatever these first two sets of cards represent in terms of this move, this shift, this change, physical environment, or some kind of emotional shift or change or new work environment, I feel like this King of Cups is connected to it somehow, that somehow because of this move, as a result of this move, you find this King of Cups in your sphere. So that's interesting. Now, towards or at the end of the month, we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, along with the Two of Wands. Now, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, in the upright position, the Eight of Pentacles I would call the worker bee card. And this would be the card of working diligently at something, taking your time, being patient about, putting money away. You're working on a project. It shows a man who's working um, as the sun is going down, the candles are burning. Perhaps you've been burning the candles at both ends. There are 7 pentacles dancing in the air above him, and he's working very hard, very diligently on the 8th one. And this is somebody who's working very hard towards the goals and the foundation he wants to achieve. And he's been very successful at it because of his diligence and his persistence and his perseverance. This is somebody who has worked very hard for each pentacle, put each pentacle away, and moves on to the next one. This speaks of, now in the reverse, it came up in the reverse for you, Leo. So this could resonate in a couple of different ways for you. This could represent, for some of you, if this represents a job that, perhaps a job that is coming to an end or a project that is coming to an end, something about this a lot of hard and diligent work is coming to an end. Perhaps it represents the wrapping up of a job. Maybe it's the job that you were leaving from to move into a new situation, or the wrapping up of a project, which means you don't have to stay up late at night working so hard on this thing. And for others of you, it's going to represent perhaps just feeling too tired. You've been working too hard, you've been working too long, you're just tired and you really want it to come to an end. And perhaps you're starting to be a little irresponsible because you're so tired, and maybe you're playing hooky a little bit from your work or your projects when you shouldn't be. So it's going to resonate a little differently for depending on who's watching the videos. But the thing is it's accompanied by the Two of Wands. Now, Wands, the element is that of air and fire. Excuse me. And Wands is a suit that points towards change, movement, action, power, creativity. Wands is a very active, action-oriented suit. Fire, passion, creativity, intuition. And the Two of Wands is somewhat of a decision card. It shows a man who is standing in front of two paths, and he's trying to decide which one to take. And it's difficult because they both look fairly similar to each other. They're both going off in the same general direction. From his vantage point, he cannot see the destination, so he's trying to decide which path he wants to take. And I think that paired with the Eight of Pentacles, and again, this is going to resonate differently for different Leos who are watching it. For some of you, this is going to represent something coming to an end. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse could point towards a job coming to an end, a job project coming to an end, something, the end of a lot of hard work and a decision made on where to go next. For some of you, this is going to be wanting to leave your current job and trying to decide which path you want to take and how you want to move forward. For others of you, you may lose your job and find yourself at a crossroads where you're trying again to decide which path to take to move forward. And again, like I got for some of you, and maybe it's a smaller portion of you from the beginning of this reading, I just really got the strong image and message that some of you have begun a side business, some kind of entrepreneurial thing that you started in the hopes of wanting to make some more money on the side, and that it has grown it has really been more successful than you thought it would be. And that's a very positive, good thing. And it's put you in a position, I think, where some of you who were actually working a day job or another, maybe more regular and conventional job, this thing that you've started on the side has grown to the point where you're at a place where you're considering stopping the job that you had considered to be a little more grounded and perhaps a little more conventional, and you're just at a crossroads where you're trying to decide whether or not you should quit the daytime job, so to speak, so you can invest more time and energy into this other thing that you've started that's really begun to grow. And the feeling that I'm getting is that you're kind of at the place where it's really taxing your time on both ends, and you're trying to make a decision as to which one you want to put your time and energy into. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why I've gotten that, but it's a very strong message for some of you, maybe a smaller portion of you, but it's strong nonetheless. So that's your message, Leo. So that's quite an interesting read. It looks to be a very promising month. It looks to have actually a lot of good things coming, and the promise of good things to come in both your business arena and a rather interesting new start in love, or the opportunity and potential to explore a love or romantic relationship with somebody new that's coming into your life. The underlying theme would be to try and maintain balance during all this and have some peace and harmony, and not get knocked off your feet, so to speak, or ahead of yourself, and to be very thoughtful and moderate in what you do and think and say, and the plans that you make in moving towards your future, because it looks like a lot of changes. All positive, I believe, but a lot of changes. Now, the overall card that you got for the overall feeling, general theme of the month is the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. What a beautiful card to get, Leo. So again, it looks like there's some really good things happening. It looks like you're having some good luck and good fortune, and I know you put some work into it as well. But it looks like some of these things are working out better than you anticipated, almost an unexpected blessing. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright points to the wheel turning on the upswing for you, unexpected good luck, good fortune. Maybe perhaps some of you will be winning some money as well. Um, but it just represents that the month of February looks really good for you, that the fingers of the divine, as I like to call the major arcana, are going to be blessing you in some wonderful and unexpected ways, and things that you were already hoping for actually working out to be bigger and better and more blessed than you thought. I'm fond of saying that the wheel is always turning, and at some points in our life it appears to be on the upswing, and other points of our life it appears to be on the downswing. We all take a turn at it, up and down and up and down. The wheel is always turning. But Leo, for February 2016, it looks like the wheel is on the upswing for you, and you're basically going to be having the umbrella of good luck and good fortune in the things that you are working on and hoping for, Leo. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it's resonated for at least some of you, or given you at least a little bit of insight and clarity. I thank you very much for watching it. And if you are interested in a personal reading, and I'm also doing specials on love readings this month. So for those of you interested, you can click on the About button for more information, or email me at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. And as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Bye, Leo. Thanks for watching.